What's going on, y'all? We back for another live. It's your boy Ace Boogie, Ace of all trades, the modern Renaissance man, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And I am super excited to get started as soon as my live stream decides to connect. I don't know what's going on. Every time I get started, I'm like, I'm going live, and then something goes on with Instagram. So um, the software connects. It should be connected, man. So I'm just waiting for that to connect right now. But I guess maybe I shouldn't wait. This is a sign that I shouldn't really wait because I've started it already and stopped it. And you guys were already getting on, and then I canceled it, and then everything went crazy. That's when everything went crazy. But yeah, so y'all, I'm going through it right now. I ain't gonna front, man. I am not gonna front. I am going through it. Your boy Ace Boogie is facing a facing a challenge right now, and it's been really tough. It's been, to say the least, it's been really tough, and I've just not been really knowing how to handle it. I think that I kind of have a handle on some of it, but um, it just feels like every time I try to do something, the devil's just trying to get at me, man, and I'm realizing that you just got to keep going. You really got to keep going. I'm starting to understand a little bit more about life and how to operate, and I'm really frustrated about this about this Instagram right now. I don't know why it's not connecting, um but yeah, man, every time you try to do something, it feels like the devil really like comes after you, bro. Like comes after you hard. And I am just like not really knowing how to take it, honestly. I feel I feel in many ways I feel very defeated. But I guess you're really only defeated if you give up, and um, Ace Anderson, I say, and, yes, just one more time, trying to destroy my life. Hopefully this works now. But yeah, man, I'm I'm not gonna lie, like, my you know, my marriage is suffering right now, y'all. And I'm not really sure how exactly it came to this point, In some ways I am I am sure, but in other ways I'm not so sure. It feels like, you know, just things sort of started hitting at full force, and I've been unable to really to stop it, you know. Um, but I'm realizing that um, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done on both sides, and it's crazy that like all of this stuff is kind of coming to a head right now because it's something that I feel it's like as soon as I announced that, you know, my goal is to make $1 million this year, and I want to do all of these things, and I'm making all these big plans, and it's like, Satan really, really tries to come for you, and and I really feel like I have established myself. I've really started to truly dig deep into my morals and into my understanding of my truth of truth, trust, patience. I've really started to align with a lot of these principles that I've always seen as valuable, but I haven't really been I haven't really been, I guess, optimize. I haven't been um they haven't been set, like, set in the way that I want them to be set in my life. Um it's obviously easy to say, you know, to embody the fruit of the spirit and to, always have joy, always have love, and always have gentleness and kindness. But, when you really feel threatened, or when you feel, um, when you feel insecure about things, it's easy for all of that stuff to go out the window. And, I've been really trying in to understand myself better and to learn what I am and what I am not capable of as an individual. Um, and I have, I feel like I'm talking around in circles, honestly, because I like the truth is, like, I want to talk about. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I feel like it's it's not. I kind of feel like, once you say certain things, like, it's really no coming back from it. And I want to be. I want to. I want to speak in the right way, and I want to. I want to. I want to protect the people that I love and that I care about, and I, and at the same time, I want to be able to. Um, I want to feel comfortable sharing my thoughts, my feelings on certain situations, and protect myself. Because the truth is, right now, I feel very, very vulnerable. I feel very, very, these cats. I feel very vulnerable right now. I feel like I've kind of put myself into a position. Um, I've kind of put myself into a position that, um, where I'm I'm trusting other people, trusting people that I love, and and it's not, that trust is being tested, to say the least. And you know, all I really want out of life truly is to succeed, and to see the people that I love succeed, and to see the people that I love grow, learn, develop, and become everything that they're supposed to be. And I believe that, you know, we can all achieve that together. We can all be on that path to love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self control. We can all be on that journey together. And because I believe that the fruit of the spirit are always with you on the journey. And yet and still we often allow fear and insecurity and wrath and disrespect to come into the field, and we would rather feast on those fruit. These cats. Yeah, in a lot of ways we'd rather feast on that fruit. And so I really want to just speak to all people who are, I guess this is the best way to do it, for anybody who is in a relationship, and if you're not, it's a little bit easier for you. It's important to set boundaries for yourself. Truly set boundaries. Start to discover yourself. One of the perks of being in a relationship is that you start to learn. It tests you in your capacity to grow, and your capacity to learn from things that you do, and make discoveries, and make atomic changes, right? Make that 1% change. And if you read the book Atomic Habits, he talks about how if you make a 1% improvement every day, and it compounds, then by the end of the year, you'll be 37% better, or 37 times better. And so all it really takes is those little changes, those little incremental changes, to just be better. It's we often overlook the incremental changes for the big changes, and really where we should be putting our focus is those little changes, those little shifts in our habits, and how we act, and how we operate, how we move. And I believe I guess they wanted to go outside, so I just let them outside. Making incremental changes is the best thing you can do for your health, I believe. And so, it's important that, I feel like the easiest way to do this is when you're not in a relationship. because you have the freedom to make those changes. But the good thing about being in a relationship is that it helps you to recognize, it helps you to recognize the things that you need to work on, and hopefully you have found yourself with a partner that is willing to be patient with you as you make those changes and as you work on yourself every single day. And that is why I believe, like, patience is absolutely required in a relationship, because forever is a long time, especially in a marriage. Forever is a really long time, and if you don't truly have patience, it's forever is gonna feel like never. And that's unfortunate for anybody who would be involved in a marriage, because if you feel like somebody is never going to change, or somebody's never going to be better, or is never going to amount to anything, or like you just have no faith in their future and in their growth, then like it's not fair for you to be with that person. And I also don't believe that it's fair to then resent that person for not for the fact that you weren't patient with them. And so the one thing is, it's really important to set boundaries in your life, and to know what is appropriate for you, and what you need out of a relationship, and what is appropriate for you. Because if you don't have those understandings of a boundary, just because like I want to be with somebody, right? You end up sacrificing little bits of yourself without even realizing it, for somebody who doesn't really doesn't respect what you do, and the sacrifices that you've made for them. And then you get things like arrogance, and impatience, and disrespect, and all these other aspects which feel really, really unfair. And I I feel like it's just important to me that people find themselves in the happiest place that they can be. And I believe that two people are meant to walk two by two, and it's important to find your partner, find your best friend, and I believe I've found that, but in a lot of circumstances, it's hard to truly feel secure, because you have set no boundaries. And so if you haven't set any boundaries, you are by definition insecure, because there is no security, and you create the security, contrary to popular belief. Like, we think that other people are supposed to make us feel secure, but you know, if you have no boundaries, if you don't really set rules and guidelines, and like, this is what I need and this is what I require, then it leaves room for people to breach those boundaries and to cause you suffering and sometimes in a lot of ways I feel, I mean, we all do it. I feel like I've put myself in that position to, without any boundaries, without any, without really truly setting a framework for what exactly I need and what I'm in a relationship for, and um, and it's caused a lot of unnecessary suffering, um, and I believe that it's important to do self work and to be introspective and recognize, like, I'm starting to really recognize the story of Jesus and what it means, like, it's that no matter what the circumstances, you are to take responsibility for yourself, and you for everything that has ever happened, right? Or um, any bad in the world, it is you are supposed to bear it onto your shoulders, and even if it means you face imminent death, because that is the only way to transcend, is to take take the world onto your shoulders and say that whatever is happening, it's my fault. And um and I believe, like, that's why I say, like, the circumstance I find myself in is because I didn't set clear enough boundaries, um and because I desired so much to be loved, um and to be desired, and to be in a relationship, and then you there's no boundaries. So when you pour love in, it feels like it will never be full. It'll never be satisfied. That craving will never, that cup will never be full. And the reason why you need to set boundaries is because you need to know that that you have a full cup and that the other person has a full cup. And so when you pour into each other, it's that love overflows, and that there is just an endless stream. And even if one of us were to stop pouring for whatever reason, because we're human and we can't always pour all the time, we can trust that the other person is full, because an overflow cup stays full. And it's not my responsibility to make you full, and it's not your responsibility to make me full. It's not your responsibility to make me secure. It is my responsibility to secure myself, and to know who I am, and to come into a relationship as a full person, and to trust that is, I'm doing the best thing for me and for us. And so I feel, my version, my way of taking responsibility is by acknowledging that, like, I have not set clear boundaries, and allowed for it is allowed for mistrust in myself, which means that, mistrust in myself means that people cannot trust me. um it means like, because I'm second guessing myself. So why would I expect other people to not do the same? Because we are all mirrors of each other. And when people show you certain things, they're often mirroring back um, things that you need to check within yourself before you get defensive, because the only reason why you would get defensive is because your security systems are down. And your security systems are typically only down when you haven't set boundaries. And when you haven't set boundaries, it means that you haven't really come to know the God that you are and that you are becoming. And God is your future self, and God is always fortifying you, because the God that is you tomorrow has already made it through today, has already been through what you've been through. And so God tomorrow doesn't need to be insecure, doesn't need to be concerned or worried or fearful. Um, that God only needs to trust the process, and know and be the best version that you can possibly be. And so, um, you know, um, I I really, I'm excited for, this new chapter of my life, to be able to truly speak on self work and self growth, even through the challenges of a marriage. And I'm learning a lot about myself. And I believe that, you know, I believe that, you know, like I believe we choose each other for a reason. And I believe that I chose the relationship that I'm in for good reasons. And I believe that it is the best relationship. It is the best choice of a partner that I could have. Um, and yet and still, I think that there's a lot of work that needs to be done, for for the relationship to continue to succeed, um, and to truly go the distance. And I know in a lot of ways I'm speaking in code, but I don't feel comfortable sharing too much, because I don't think that it would be appropriate. Um, I don't think that it's necessary, and I believe that if certain things were to be said, then there's really no coming back from it. But I say that I say that to say that um, we all have we all have struggles in our relationships with the people that we love, no matter how great the relationship is. When it's great, it still has challenges, it still has downs. And and I feel like, this to be fully transparent, this is a very low moment for me right now. And I am doing everything that I can to handle it with grace, with love, and with honor, and to act in ways that, if I ever look back on this moment, I will still have respect for myself, and I will not have regret for the ways that I acted or the things that I said, um, because I I want to always operate from a place of love, from a place of truth and trust. And I need to be able to trust myself, trust that I am a good person, trust that I am on the path to righteousness and joy and honor and love and all the good things. And so anyway, with that being said, y'all, I know it's getting a little late or early, and I want y'all to be able to get your day started. But I really, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your future. I'm excited for all the things that are to come for you and for us as I get my act together, as I get my life together and create all of the things that I want to create. I believe they will benefit the humanity. I believe they will benefit humanity, and I am excited for that. I am excited for this new chapter. I'm excited for growth. I'm excited for all of the people that I love, that I care deeply about, to achieve everything that they've ever dreamed. And I'm excited for you to achieve everything you've ever dreamed of. And I believe that, what God has planned for you, no man can prevent. And so, and not even you. And so with that, remember to always, y'all, always, every single day, in every single way, align yourself with truth, trust, and patience. And I promise you will ace your life. Peace out, y'all.